All right. Well, let us know where you're calling from, who's here. Hello, hello.
All right, we're back.
We are back at it, back again. Woo. Okay. So I want to just quickly introduce this amazing woman we are blessed to have with us today. So we have Dr. Ali Griffith here, and she is a TEDx speaker, a powerhouse author, and a business strategist coach dedicated to simplifying the process of building a profitable business so professional women can create wealth on their own terms. Welcome. Thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it. I love this topic about branding, marketing, sales. So yeah, did I miss anything on the intro? I mean, I want to dive into the book. I want to hear what your TED Talks was about. But I know, we got so much we could talk about, but let's talk a little bit about you, where you're at now, how you got started. And yeah.
So hi everyone, hi FB land, hi IG land. Make sure you guys tap our hi. Make sure you share this out. Invite some people in, especially other like-minded business women that can really gain from our conversation today. It's going to be about 30 minutes, so stay tuned and really just align yourself and really tap into what it is that why you're here right now. Who am I? Yes, you mentioned all those cool stuff. I was very blessed to be a TEDx speaker. Now I can add that into my wonderful bio that has been read. One thing that she did miss was I am an autism mom. And that is pretty much what has got me in this whole direction where I am here. You guys can see him behind me. That's my Zachary. That's my amazing gift. And as a trade, I'm an audiologist and speech language pathologist. So I'm a professional. I got some letters behind the name, but most importantly is I started a business mostly for autism moms initially. And then I began to learn that there's more. Type down there's more. You may start for one thing and then all of a sudden trajectory takes you to these other spaces where now I get to help other professional moms like me learn how to navigate the juggle, they like to say, or the balance, which is even possible, or just the whole chaos of how do I mom, how do I work it full time, how do I start this brand or business that I have and not lose my mind. So that's what our conversation is going to be all about. How did I do it? Because I got a lot of hats. How many of us have many hats? Type down the word hats.
Oh my God.
If you want them people with all the hats, and you're like, okay, I see attorney Amber Hall is on, so I know you got all the hats, and you're like, okay, how do I still do this and grow my brand? And mostly with ease and not feeling that chaos that happens when we take on too much.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's such an important part of the story I missed, because why do we even do this in the first place? Why do we get so motivated? And so many times our gifts and what we've gone through is a lot of times what we teach because it's what we needed back then. And then we are able to give it to someone who needs it now. So thank you so much for sharing that. Hey, Thomas, hey, everyone coming on in. So today we are going to talk about building a business in flow or building a successful brand in flow. And I definitely need this because I love color. I sprinkle color all over. There's not really a consistent, but yeah, sprinkle. So I don't have a super consistent brand, and I know it's powerful. Like when you go to Starbucks, you get the brand experience. The kind of coffee you're gonna get. They're gonna be nice to you. So can you talk to us a little bit about branding? What are some of the key things we need to know when it comes to building our brand and in flow? Tell us what the in flow means. Which I think I know because we've been flowing all morning, all afternoon.
So I was just like you, right? I started a business and I'm like, okay, I got this business and I'm out here doing all the things that I do. I'm speaking, I'm a bestseller, and I'm literally all over the world as a transformational and keynote speaker. But what I didn't realize I wasn't in alignment with a brand. And what a brand truly is what they say about you consistently when you're not in the room.
Yes,
right? So it's what they say, what people will say about your brand, about what you do, right? So it could either be your product, it could be your service, or it could be your company. And we want to have them in alignment. We want to know when I leave this room, when we leave this space, you should be able to identify what did I remind, what did you remember about me? And that should be in brand alignment. So it's not just the colors and the logos and the fonts and the websites and yes, that's important, trust me, because that is all part of it. That's the visual brand. And the visual brand is something that you want it to be consistent. For example, wherever you go, you see the golden arches, you know, that's McDonald's. You don't even, nobody got to say anything. You see those yellow arches, the kids start going crazy. Same thing, right? But also think about it. It's not only when you go to Chick-fil-A, you get an experience. You know that whatever you do, they're gonna come up to you. That's one of my favorite places in terms of branding. You're just gonna have this utmost respect, and you get it every single Chick-fil-A you go. So you want to know wherever I show up, whether I show up on IG or Facebook or LinkedIn or in front of a group of people or at my retreat or even at a mastermind, that I'm being in alignment with the same thing that you're always going to say. You're going to say that Dr. Ali, she has a lot of energy, but for some reason she makes me calm. I'm a juxtaposition. I have both. I'm mad hype. I ignite women. My events are usually on fire. But yet, as an autism mom, I had to learn the importance of being calm and grounding myself and making sure that I feel in alignment and I feel at peace wherever I show up. No matter if I have 4 or 5 things, no matter if I just left the movie with my son, literally, to then jump on here to do an interview, I have to create spaces where I still feel in flow and I don't feel chaos. How many of us out there are feeling, especially now with the mask and all these different rules that we have to do, you feel a little bit of like there's just too much. And if you do, just type down the word, just type in number 1 if you feel like it's just too much, that you have a lot that you're trying to juggle. So we're going to talk about how do you build your business and how do you build your brand in flow.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. Yeah, type of 1 if you ever felt like that. I know I definitely have felt like that because I feel like there's so many things that you have to do. And I like that you're saying, you know, it's not only just the visuals with the colors. I mean, that's all great. But I know especially a lot of the people that I'm working with, they're in their first couple of years of business. So you don't have to, like Thomas is like me. You don't have to, to have that perfect, but what you do need, and what I've heard you say so many times is talking about being a mom and being an autism mom. And I feel like you got to really know who you're talking to in terms of branding too. And so you're talking to moms, you're the mompreneur. And so you know, that's a lot of your messaging. So I can feel that and see that already. So you're talking energy, you're talking, you know, being a mom, the balance of life. So that has a lot to do with your brand, not just what you see, but really the experience. I mean, I'm all into feeling. I love, who is it? Joseph Murphy, or Murray, Feeling is the Secret. And, you know, I believe, it's like people want the experience, the feeling, the results. They want to know that they can like and trust factor, right? In terms of branding. But so you're saying being in alignment, and really feeling the grounded, calm, and the, you know, on fire and that excitement. So those are super powerful. And then what are people saying about your brand? What would you say people are saying about your brand, just as an example? Well, I guess you gave it to us. The fire.
So some things they'll say about me, like you just did when we first jumped onto the call. Did you just have a retreat?
Right? Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
So they have already aligned me. I've been working on retreats. I've been supporting one of our coaches together in some of her dynamic women retreats. In fact, that's where I met Terri. And then grateful to God that I was able to then take that foundation and start to create a retreat for my mompreneur tribe. So now we have our Amazing Moms retreat, which is for autism moms, and we have our Biz Beach retreat, which is for business women. And the same thing is that when you see me, when you see the pictures, when you see the flow, you'll see me chilling on the beach. You'll see me still engaging with ladies and still working on our business. So it was the whole aspect of how can we create this life where we're incorporating all of the things that we like. I love an island. I'm an island chick. You can hear the Caribbean accent in my tone. I've always, since I was a kid, I'm from Guyana. My family is from Guyana. So South America, but we got inducted and call ourselves an island. But even as a kid, I've always said, and my high school friends reminded me that when I grow up, I want to live on an island and I want to be on a beach with a laptop in my hand saying ching with deposits into my account and a pina colada in the other hand, because I want to be relaxing as I'm making money. So being able to now incorporate that into my brand and now have that vibe where whether we're doing our Launch Your Legacy Brand Academy, which is digital, or we're actually in person, they get the same vibe from me, which is the same flow, right? I'm always chilling because I'm from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a certain intensity, but let's go after what we need to do. Let's plan, let's structure, but most importantly, tap into how you're feeling as you're doing all of this.
You know, and I think that's so important because when you feel it, when you can really embody, you know, the brand and embody, you know, like showing up, you're like, if you're going to be a makeup artist, you're not going to show up, you know, with your makeup messed up, like you're going to have it on point. So I think, yeah, you know, just embodying the brand is so big. And I love that you're doing it in flow. One of my biggest things is really the lifestyle, like, you know, how, you know, because people, you got to be like what people want. So it's like, you got to be the result people want. So it's like, oh, I like that she travels and that she has time to go to the movies midday with her son and then gets to come back and do work. And so I think that's a perfect part of branding. So you were saying launch your legacy. I do want to get a little bit into it. If you guys have any sales, join. Hello. Like if you guys have any questions, please pop them in the chat so we can address them. And if you're watching the replay, then you know put it in and we'll come back to it. So I want to talk a little bit about so the importance of branding in getting sales. So you were saying you love talking about sales before we got on, and I know people love hearing about sales and people love making sales. So, so let's talk a little bit about how our branding can help lead to getting sales, and kind of a little bit about this launch your legacy. I'm interested.
We got all the things, right? So definitely. So many people also know me as a sales strategist. I have like I said, been blessed to be on a campus where I've done all the things. I've worked with Lisa Nichols on her sales team. I've worked with Steve Harvey on their sales team, and just a few others in that we know out there that I've actually either worked on their sales team or led their sales team. Not that I like sales. So I'm like one of you guys, I did not like sales. And why I didn't like sales was mostly because I felt like it was begging for money. So it was my relationship. It wasn't sales. It was my relationship that I had with money until I began to realize and learn that money is an energy, right? And it's not the actual dollars. It's really not the actual credit card. It's actually an energy flow. So I began to really get into abundance, the abundance mindset, and the importance of being in attraction towards what is supposed to come in for you, which is whether it's the life that you desire, the money that you desire, the sales, the amount of people you want to serve. All of that is attraction. And when you are out of flow, when you're feeling the chaos, when you're feeling like you don't like money, or you're scared to ask people, or you're scared to even put a number behind your value, you're doing this. And I tell my tribe this all the time: stop blocking your blessings, like stop blocking your money. And what's blocking your money is your energy. Because don't forget, when you're in flow, then you are able to attract, and you're able to give, and you're able to receive. And it's just a cyclical type of thing. But when you're busy, like, oh my God, is that going to be a penny? And I don't have a penny, and I don't want to make my program this amount. I'm just going to leave it just at $5 because I'm nervous if I charge $5,000 that they're going to think I want their money. It's all in our mindset.
Yeah. Oh my God. So just in that little like 30-second bit, there was a lot. So I love that you said give, attract, and receive. And those are also powerful because it's like you give. And I've heard so many people, you know, in my coaching, they're like, I don't want to give away free stuff. And so what are your thoughts on the free stuff? And how much do you give?
So what I do is I definitely have to give something, right? Because I believe in gifting. I believe in letting people see my value. I believe in what we're doing right now is a gift. We're giving you information for free. You're not paying for this. It's us literally giving you our experience and our knowledge that you can use and now take this on to wherever you like to do it. So I strongly believe in showing up and giving value. So when people choose who they want to work with, when people choose who they want to take their next step with, then they get to decide, do I want to give it with do it with someone who I haven't had a relationship yet with, or would I do it with someone who gave me something? And not gave me for the sake of I'm giving you to get back, but gave me because they literally just wanted to give from their heart, or from their knowledge, or give me what they think I should receive. That usually leads into that relationship. You know, when someone gives you something and you feel so in debt to them, you feel so grateful to them, you're like, oh my gosh, you didn't even have to give that to me. Yeah. And when you do that, you bring, there's already the drop of that guard that people have up, and the opening of the heart and the softness. So when they're ready to make their next step, and yes, I feel you on that one. And when they're ready to make their next step, and that's literally what sales is. Sales is offering the opportunity into their next. That's it. Yeah. All you're there is to be there and do your bidding, your role, and to offer the opportunity into their next, which I am so grateful when I get to support other professional women with gaining more ease and bringing in what they attract and necessarily deserve in terms of their brand and their experience. We all should be millionaires. Type up millionaires. Why not?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Type millionaire and put some money signs.
Yeah. I'm throw it out.
Yeah. I know, and like our mentor, Lisa Nichols, she always says money is a dignified conversation, and yes. It is, like, and you were saying, so give, attract, and receive. So I love that you were saying that the energy. I feel like whatever energy you're in is what you're going to attract. So having that like relaxed, peaceful, giving, loving, serving energy is what you're going to attract, and people are going to see that, and they're going to feel that, and they're going to want to be a part of that, and they know because they've let their guard down, because you've shown them who you are, you've taken your mask off, you've just said, this is who I am, this is what I want to do, and you're not like, I'm not selling you. I don't need to sell you. I'm here to serve. I have an offer. If it's for you, if you like what, the little teaser that I gave you, we can deep dive. If this is something you feel you need, you can go further with me. And then you go into a program. And one of the biggest things that I like to talk about. So I mentioned I'm doing another mastermind, which I'm super excited about. But the and I think masterminding is so powerful. I mean, being with you in the DR.
Let's talk about masterminding. Let's talk about masterminding.
Oh my God, it's just so powerful. All of us coming together, just the energy. It just you just recalibrate to like a higher, better version of yourself. Just being around other people that have that same value system. But what I was going to say about just like having people pay, you're really like doing them a disservice sometimes when you're not letting them get that deeper dive with you, and you're not asking them to pay, because when people pay, they pay attention. And so isn't that true? I had a membership site a couple of years ago. And so it was just a lower ticket membership site. And a lot of, like I've added so much more to it, but a lot of the same program, the same type of, we did every other week calls, masterminds every week. But it was a really low ticket, get in entry. And then I did the mastermind. So, I'm learning and tweaking, and, I'm more embodying it and becoming better myself. And so, I felt ready for the mastermind, but it's not that much different. And this it's a high ticket mastermind, and people in the low ticket one, half the people showed up every so often, weren't always completing the work. And then in the mastermind, people showed up every single time. If they, they would move things around to show up. Right. And so now they're actually seeing the results. And it's a lot of the same program. It's a lot, but it's just because they invested, now they're feeling like they're taking it more seriously.
Absolutely. So. I've seen the same thing. I launched my mastermind also last year, first time, much earlier than I had predicted to. We actually were at the retreat, and I was planning on launching it at the next retreat, because I'm like, okay, let me feel out these people. And they're at the retreat on the second to last day, like, okay, what's next? Like, you're not just going to bring us here and leave us. So I'm there like, well, I was going to have a mastermind in a few months. So you guys interested? And they were like, yeah, tell us about that. We want that.
Yeah, we want that. You gotta guide them. Yeah.
And they self-selected. And same thing I've seen as you're going to see with your masterminders is that they are in it. They're all the way in it. It's like 90% attendance. It's like everything we have. They're like, I'm here. I did a free boot camp. It was cost for my other programs, but for those who are masterminders had free access, and they still came to everything that I had because it was still part of their investment. So they're like me. Whenever I invest in the program, how many of you guys are like that? Whenever you invest in the program, you're like, okay, give me every morsel, every penny. I will be here. Does it come with a pen?
I'm getting my money's worth. Okay.
So that's what it is. When you put out, and it's not the actual money. Money is what we know, right? Because that's how we were raised. But it's the energy. We extracted energy when we paid for something. We gave up our energy, because what money is what we went to work and do. Like, I got up, I did something. I put effort in to bring that money in. I wasn't born rich. Sorry, not me. So every coin is effort to me. So when I'm giving it back, I'm giving it, and I want to receive it. And it doesn't have to come in the same way, in the same type of dimension. You're talking to me, you're pouring into me, your knowledge, your information, your experience. The fact that you know more than what I know, that I can grow faster, is worth the investment. Type down, I am worth the investment, because you got to understand it first. You got to understand it first. I had my whole tribe type it down yesterday. I am worth the investment, because if you don't believe you're worth it, then everything else is going to be like, oh my gosh, I don't have. How long are we going to say we don't have?
Yeah. No. You got to step into that now. We are abundant. We got it all together. So yeah, I love this, because I mean, the reason we're branding, the reason we're growing our businesses, it's of course to make an impact and an income. But I want to go a little bit back more into the branding. So I'm curious, what do you think about personal branding, like on your personal page, or personal branding, having a separate page? So we talked a lot about branding and feeling and embodying the person, but just in terms of branding and, I don't know, like the programs you offer, or like you're a business strategist, then you also, niche into marketing and, being a mompreneur and the balance. So yeah, tell us a little bit about like your brand strategy in that sense, and how.
So similar to you, I have products where people can either get my planner. If they don't have much money, they can get a Life Biz planner, or they can go all the way up into an actual service, which is one-on-one coaching or my mastermind, right? But then there's me as a personal brand. This is the Dr. Ali, can you come on my show? This is the Dr. Ali Griffith. This is even my podcast, the Dr. Ali Griffith Show. This is me being invited to speak on stages. This is me traveling the world. This is the personal brand aspect of my company, is Dr. Alicia Griffith, which is me, right? So that's when it really got super clear to me that my brand encompasses me. So initially, I don't know how many of you guys, right? So initially, I tried to be all foo-foo. I came on and I was like, okay, I'm supposed to be a doctor, so I'm supposed to speak like this, and I'm supposed to do this. And then I realized, and I always told a story, when I went to the YouTube headquarters to record some content, one of the Lisa's photographer, or cinematographer, I should say, he came in and he does content creation. So I'm like, hi, I'm Dr. Ali with amazing gift. And he was like, who is this? He was like, who is this person that just, the camera goes on and you just turn into this different person?
Yeah,
and he was like, no. He's like, no. He's like, where's Ali? Where's the Dr. Ali we all know and love? Where's the one that we come to and we have questions that we know that we can lean on you, that we know if we need anything to activate, we know to come next to you. Where is your energy? That was the moment when I realized that I am my brand.
Ooh, yeah.
And wherever I go, I need to be consistently me. Type out consistently me.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that is so good. That's so true. Because yeah, I've had people come to me too, where they're like, I don't know if I, should start a separate page on Instagram, or do a separate, or, just make it the personal brand. But I think it's, whatever kind of you feel, whatever feels right to you. And, you are going to be the brand. It's like nowadays, especially with social media, people are always, researching who's behind the company anyway. So it's like,
so
you
they
really
gonna
just
find
have
you.
to be a living, product of the brand. Like, cause you just got to be in alignment, and people have to trust
I have 3 IGs. I have the Mompreneurs Tribe, Mompreneurs Live Tribe, because that's my group. That's where we do community. And then I have Dr. Ali Griffith. That's my personal brand. That's me. And then I have Sass Ali. That's the sassy side of me. That's the carnival part of me that don't miss a party when the world opens back up. So initially I thought I had to keep them all separate. They are separate because they have different messages at different times. But all in all, they're all under one gigantic umbrella, which is me.
Yeah. So good, so good. Well, I would love to hear. I know we're getting close to the hour, but I would love to hear. Yeah, it's okay. Or I guess the top of the half hour. But I mean, I love it. Okay, so I've learned so much. So really with branding, and I'm so big on it too. So I mean, I do want to get the colors and get the things, but really it's just like what you want people to feel. You being like in alignment, authentic, serving from your heart. And then, I know you made a post the other day, like, how do you want people to feel after, seeing your brand?
And the picture of me was like this.
Yeah, I know. And it's like, okay, like, yeah.
And that's exactly it. It's important for you to know, I see you, somebody typed it on IG, consistently be. It's important that we understand, that's Tina, one of my legacy launches. It's important that we understand that all of it, we would love to be in alignment. Like we want our pictures and our lifestyle. We want to portray everything where your audience isn't confused. Like, who really is she? Like, is she really who? And especially that leads into how they will come into your tribe or engage with you or trust you, which people need to know, like, and trust you before they invest with you. So they need to know that you're consistently along the space. Initially, my brand colors were like red and black, and I came in like hot, like the song, I'm coming in hot, until the retreat started to happen and I started to evolve, type down evolve, because we get the opportunity to evolve with our brand, by the way, guys. Whatever you choose now is not it. So many of us are sitting there scared. I don't want to choose a color because what if I'm in debt to this color? I mean, yes, do your color psychology. There is work that you need to do behind each aspect. So I'm not going to make it seem like just go choose anything. Please don't. Talk to me, talk to Terri. Let's get you together so that you are launching right. But you all want to have the same flow. So when I shifted into more retreats, when I shifted into more of masterminding and more of academy based, because I wasn't like that initially. Initially, my academy was Power Move Biz Academy, because I was like, they need to get these business things. So now I'm a legacy business academy, because now I understand the importance of building something with foundation. So I evolved. So now in my color scheme, you'll see more green, a more minty green, a softer type of side of me. Red's still there. I kept my red because, like I said, I'm this oxymoron. I didn't let it go because sometimes I have to be like that. My tribe still say, you light me on fire when I don't have anything else to do. Like I need your energy at times. So yeah, it's still making sure that it all is in alignment. And I had to learn that as I grew.
Yeah. So, one of the things that was hard for me, and sometimes I still, I'm like just getting the title down of, business strategist, brand strategist, I guess it's all encompassing. I feel like mine can be broad, and then, but it's like, niching down, like, what would you say in terms of niching down your brand, or like how specific should you be? Because like, it's so funny because I'm just like, who do you help? Everybody. Like I hear all the time, I help everybody.
You can't help everybody. So it's great when you are helping people, helping everyone, but and Susie Carter, who is another one of our mentors and coach, and she was the one that told me when I niched down earlier in my brand, it was easier for me to grow faster because people began to know me as the autism mom strategist. They knew me with Zachary. I began to show Zachary. I wrote a book on autism. I spoke about autism. Everything was autism. Until my autism mamas were like, we want to write a book and we want to be successful like you. So can you teach us business? Like, we love that you teach us parenting and accepting and communication, which is the speech background, but we want to learn about business. So I was like, you guys want to learn about business? And I began sharing with them what I learned, because what I spoke about for my TEDx topic was how to take something very complicated and keep it simple, right? Because that's what I did as an autism mom. I'm constantly simplifying things. And I realized that the women I attracted, my new niche, because like, remember we spoke about evolution, typed out evolution, whatever you choose now don't mean you have to be there in 5 years. You will evolve.
Yes, and permission to do so, right? Thank you.
Right.
That is so good. Yeah.
Just making sure, because sometimes we get so caught up on titles. So yes, there are exercises you can do where we can walk you through to see who do you mostly attract and align to. Who do you mostly attract and align to? However, as you begin to be in action, you begin to realize and listen, type out the word listen, because this is the part no one speaks about. Listen to what they're saying about you.
Ooh,
Back to
yeah.
brand. They're going to tell you what they're calling you. Like, I didn't even think I was a strategist until all of my masterminders or my clients start saying, girl, that strategy you just dropped. Like, you just saved my whole life. You clarified it, you planned it. And I realized the physics person of me and the autism mom of me is always scheduling, and everything is like, it has to be this. However, give yourself grace and ease, give yourself flow through the planning and all those types of things. So I gave some tips early, and I want to definitely drop you with the 3 tips that I gave earlier, just in case we have to end. And that's how to be in more flow. Definitely planning, like what I just mentioned. Planning helps you to think less about what you need to get done. That's what it does, because when you have to constantly think about it, it's constantly on your mind because you didn't write it down, or you don't have it planned into your system or your phone or your calc or whatever it is that you use. I have a life biz planner I created for my mompreneurs so they can put both their life and their business inside of one space. Planning helped me to really stop thinking of all the things I had to do. So when I had a busy day, I look at my calendar and I already know I got to meet with Terri at 6 p.m. because I don't need to think or create whatever. So planning helps you to have more flow. But remember, when things don't happen according to plan, to be okay and give yourself grace, because we are the harshest persons on ourselves when things don't happen according to plan. Like my autism people, right? My kids, right? When things go out of whack, he's about to have a flip down. And I had to learn how to, okay, baby, second tip, breathe. We got to breathe through this.
Yes. Oh man, it's so good. So, like I feel like you got that whole spiritual and flow, abundant mindset, spiritual's tied to you as well. And so a lot of the spiritual people that I've worked with too, they're like, I just want to go with go with the flow. But you're saying you go with the flow and you have more flow when you're structured and when you have that system and plan.
Yes, it's a blend of both. I mean, it's the having an idea of what your day is generally going to be about, knowing what you would love to get accomplished by the end of the day, really being super intentional with that, writing it down so you don't have to hold on to it in your poor memory. Y'all be getting old. We can't hold everything as much anymore. So write it down, or put it someplace in your phone or some sort of system that you use so that you know that around this time, this should be happening. Now, in the end, which is the third part, I want you to tap into how I feel. How do I feel right now? Do I feel like I want to do this sales call? Do I feel like I want to do the live? Do I feel like, first, take a second. I always say tap into your being instead of running into doing. So you want to be first with yourself to make sure it feels in alignment and it doesn't feel like if I'm trying to force it. When you're trying to force it, that's that energy again that you're fighting against, and that makes it very difficult for execution and for success. So what we were getting on today, it was so funny, we were getting ready and we're setting up and we're like, let's jump in early. And we jumped on around the same time. And she's like, I got the link. And I dropped the link. And then she said, let's try it this way. And I put it in and we're looking up and we're seeing the time 333 and I'm seeing 555 and it's just flowing. So we knew that all was well already.
Oh yeah. So good. Okay, so I want to know about your planner. What's it called and where do we get it?
Lifebizplanner.com. Lifebizplanner.com. It's a simple guide that if you need to have something where you're organizing both the life and then this business. And if you don't have a business, I have startandgrowyourbiz.com. It's my free PDF, 15 simple guide steps on how to start your business. So startandgrowyourbiz.com. And if you need a community, then always join us at joindrali.com. So that's where my CEO mompreneurs, we hang out. If you're not a mom and you're a plant mom, come hang out. Just tell me you're a plant mom, you're a dog mom. Like, as much as you niche down, I don't believe in exclusion because my child had to deal with exclusion. I will never turn down anyone. So I don't exclude, I just niche down so people who know that I'm speaking to them hear me.
I love it. So you said 3 things. So planning, what was the second one? I think I missed the second one.
Planning, take a pause and breathe.
Oh, take a pause. Okay.
Yeah, pause and breathe, because sometimes that plan is not going to happen the way you want it to happen. And you're going to be like, I planned it. It's the launch is supposed to go this way. The business is supposed to go this way. And then you stop and you're disappointed at yourself and everything starts to break down. And what I need you to do is to understand that life happens. Let's take a pause. Let's take a deep breath. Let's Number 3, tap into myself. And some people pause and breaths can be prayer. Some can be meditation. Whatever it is that you do, just create a system that helps you to navigate when things according to plan doesn't happen, how to move through it with flow, right? And then before you make your next step to move into your, am I going to go back to the plan or am I going to go into whatever is happening right now? Because sometimes things, the alignment shifts and what you may have planned may not necessarily be what's supposed to happen. So we got to be flexible with that space. And then we're going to tap into self, tap into being, be first, and then do.
Oh, I love it. It's so interesting that I missed the second part about breathing because I go so fast all the time. You know, I feel like wherever energy goes, attention flows. And so I just didn't even see the part where it's like pause and breathe because I just feel like I've been going a million miles. And so it's like, I needed to hear that. But yeah, it's just, I'm so, you know, it's like not even my awareness. Like, just stop and breathe, you know, because it's like, yeah, but that was good. Oh, this was so good. I really appreciate it. I think we got so much value today. I definitely did. I'm sure the audience did.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'd love to hear. Yeah, whatever stood out to you today, definitely drop it in the comments. Show Dr. Ali some love. Thank you so much for being here today. This was so great. I feel like we talked for a really long time on so many different topics, but I got some really golden nuggets on branding. So I just
and drop your nuggets in the chat because I'm gonna come back in and check it. Make sure you're following both myself because I'm sharing this with my tribe. So make sure you're following both of us on Instagram, both of us on Facebook. Definitely run out there and get that Life Biz Planner. If you need to start your business, startandgrowyourbiz.com. And look forward because Terri got something juicy coming up, and we've been talking about masterminding and how she can help her tribe to the next level. And she's already consulted with others who've had masterminders. So I am excited to support you in this process. And we are leading people into that space where they're not living in scarcity anymore and they're moving towards abundance. So whatever you hear her drop is for you.
Appreciate you. Thank you all so much for watching. We love you. Yes. And yeah, stay in touch. We'll talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.